Whew. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Completed. And the knots look good. Yes. And it's got the adjustable strap. Let's go. I'm gonna start on the pinky. This one and this one have the tie holes. Give this a twist. Here. And out through the pinky. Out down here, that would make sense. A twist from the inside. So now we're going to give it a twist here, back through. Now we're going to go ahead and cut these laces. This one. Pinky is done. Let's see if I can get my square knot right. I do not get the square knot right here, but no worries. I come back to it in a little bit and get it all done correctly. I think I'm going to try to go ahead and make sure that all of my holes are lined up first. Going in through this one. Turns out going in through that bottom hole on the outside of the thumb was a massive mistake. I spend the next 20 minutes or so trying to rework my progress here, and I eventually do get it right, but I actually have to take out the laces and go in through that second to bottom hole. That was also a mistake. I should have started at the second to top hole and gone up through the top of the thumb and then worked my way back around through the rest of the holes. But you live, you learn, you find out. I also start to go back to my MacBook to look at the unlacing video to get my bearings straight. That's where I find out where I have started in the wrong holes. But that's also why I started recording myself in the unlace so that I could have something to go back to in case this very scenario happened. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Yay. Yes. And yes. Okay. Woo! Now I'm going to start on this palm lace. Palm lace says it's 23.5 inches. Let's see what we got here. On the rest of that lace is about 25 inches. Here's my poor attempt to show hand skiving skills on a scrap piece just for educational purposes. Yeah, there are some people out here that are able to do that expertly. That's just not me. I'm definitely glad I got that skive tool we're going to be using here in a second to get this done. It's a lot easier. So how this works is you put the rough side up, push down on that. I'm gonna feed through a little bit. A little bit more. So then we're able to have something to grab onto. And I'm gonna push down on this roller and just pull through. I'm gonna go slow. There's a nice little razor in there. It is adjustable with an Allen wrench that it came with. It also has the ability to be screwed into a table or desk or bench. So just going slow here. Re-grip a little bit closer to it. If it moves up the blade, that's fine. It's just a little bit sharper. Keep on trying to go to the same place. Well, there we go. Did come with like 10 replacement blades, something like that. And now we have a thin, uniform thickness lace. You can tell the original thickness right there. And now we have this piece of additional. That's pretty cool. That was really satisfying too. Single knot here at the back on that fat end. Why not leave that back knot fat? I don't care. I actually like it. All right, so this knot is gonna be right there. Just through. Now that one is gonna need a twist on the outside there. Okay, it is just 1, 2, and 3, and then it goes to every other. This one comes out right here. Make sure it's all as tight as I want it to before I tie that knot. Here I'm just going back and tightening up all of the laces to make sure that they are all nice and snug. skived palm lace is done. Awesome. That feels accomplished. Heel lace, 30 inches. Got 36. All right. If I remember correctly, this one has a tension coil lace that goes down this side, and then this one is hidden inside of the pinky. So tuck that in right there, around and back through the same one here, and then it becomes there. That's what I needed to find out. Just need to make sure. So I just said that I went back and checked on something to make sure. I tell you what, having that unlaced video has come in handy. I've gone back to that a couple of times to make sure that I'm on the right track. It was originally pulled down like this. So it goes through one more time, and then it would go pulled down here inside of those to be like I guess it's called a friction knot, I think, right there. Once you have that end piece through the coils, you got to go back through and tighten each of those coils individually to make sure that it is snug. I'm gonna cut that right there. Okay. Pinky, thumb, palm, and heel are complete. Sweet. Web is tricky. I'm gonna get my computer ready for that. Let's see, the web, 47 inches. I'm gonna have 72 here. Okay. We're gonna start here. Yep, and then we're going through this bottom half of the web. God, that is satisfying. Here we're starting up the long part of the H closest to the thumb using the skinning needle. And as I'm starting to pull that through, the lace gets stuck in the middle of that long part of the H. I then have to move on to the hook tool. I fold over the end of the lace, use my snippers and snip a little slit into it to then grab a hold of it and pull it through the rest of the areas where you're able to get into the holes. I use that hook then for the majority of the rest of the H-Web relace. It is a pretty handy thing to have. Reach the top of the H-Web on the thumb side, switching to the long skinning needle to go through there and into the index finger. It was easier to work with at that time, but as we get back into the H pattern, we're going to go back to that hook tool. Finishing out the H-Web, we're using our long skinny needle to go through the backside hole straight to the other lace to finish out our square knot. Huh. There we go. Yes! the web is done. Ooh, that looks nice. I like it. Heading into the easiest part, the fingers and web coil, just a cross pattern, pretty simple. Let's go. Yes. That looks awesome. Ha 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 ha. These two last ones going rough side up. My guy still has pretty small hands, so I'm gonna go as tight as it can. And if it's too tight, well, we'll figure that out too. Polish side up. We're going here, up, in, back through. Yeah, shout out Glove Refresh on this cool little way to make your player's wrist strap adjustable. Really cool. Okay. Now we're going out through this one. And rough side up. We finally got it back together. If this Relace roadmap helped you out, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments what glove I should tackle next. For the hardcore DIYers, stick around for my tool breakdown right now. So what came in the Rawlings pack is 4 of those. Each one is 72 inches. In adding up the laces that we took out of the glove here, it came up to 202 inches of laces in this glove. So we have 288 inches in new blue lace, and that is more than enough. So we have all of our tools here. We have some cutters. All right. We have pliers to pull something through. This is a skive tool for the lace that comes here and goes up here is in the palm. This is an area where you don't want the full thickness of this lace. So a skive tool essentially cuts it in half or thereabouts. I got this one. Most of my tools are all my tools are all Amazon. So figured I'd try this one. And then I also got one that seemed like it would be maybe easier and perhaps more practical to use and more accurate. This is one that you just clamp in, has a razor there, you pull it through, and it does a job pretty cool. I'll show how to use this one, and both of them, and we'll see what we like. We have 2 different size needles. The needles are threaded in here. So, and just the regular lace is too big to fit into it. So we are gonna need to cut kind of like a tube shape So I do have some other laces here, and what they say is to cut the end like a tube so that it's able to fit into the needles, and there are threads there, so you want to screw it in. So we got two different size needles. We have a tweezers, like a pressure tweezers, in case something gets stuck or having a hard time pulling it out. You can pressure squeeze that together. And we have a hook to be able to grab that and pull something through if we need to. All right, and this is the tool that came with the Rawlings pack. It is called a Relace tool or something, I think. And we'll see if I have any use of that. We got our H pattern over here, and all right, let's see. I think that's everything.